You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Why you gotta take it there?
Retake. This isn't good.
We're not talking about any integrity in
We
this
are
room.
trying to exploit a generation.
Did I ever tell you about that time when I paid for Chinese food with the DVD? The grease is the gravy.
You guys played footsie over the table.
Yes, that's irrelevant. I can smell Pepto-Bismol from here. It tastes like an antacid tablet. Why are there so many Draculas everywhere? No. There's potato vodka everywhere.
Welcome to Born in the 80s. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined as always by my co-host.
Adam Ham.
That's right, hamster in his house.
Yeah.
In the ham house.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
A little bit.
That's a disgusting male brothel.
What? No.
No, do you imagine like 19 or 1860s in fucking bumfuck northwestern Dakota? They're like, if you got a hankering, visit the ham house. Plenty of ham,
I don't know.
lots of cured meats
Mm,
for your tasting.
I don't see it.
Just saying. Look into that. Or it's just literally just meat. Like, you go in there thinking it's like a fucking whorehouse.
It's a butcher shop.
And it's just a bunch of like very like artisanal hams and meats from around the globe.
I specialize in pork.
Yeah. All right. So Adam, I'm gonna start with me. What's going on in my life?
Yeah.
I got a new person. Animals aren't people. I have a new animal in my house.
Okay.
So I guess my parents didn't want to take care of the cat that I got, or my brother got. It's my brother's cat. When we were in like 2000, this cat was born. Like the year 2000. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like 14.
That's pretty old.
He's very old. In cat years, I calculated out. It's like in the 70s, 80s, like the mid 70s. So he's an old one, but a good one. So I brought him in, and it's been interesting.
Yeah.
So I want to warn listeners ahead of time. If you hear me like yell and then run away, it's because I'm trying to mediate cat living because they're stupid. Cats are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
That's like it. And I have two cats, Steve and Spinelli, and they're awesome, great. And this is another orange tabby yet again, called George, and he's friendly, nice. He gets a little hissy sometimes. You pet him too long. It's one of those cats. Got a little bit of a tood. If you pet him a while, he used to not be like that, but I think it's because he's old now, so he's like a grumpy old man.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn kind of thing, but it's like get off my fur.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was freaked out and everything when we first brought him in, but I kept him secluded in the podcast room / computer room area, and he just kind of hung out here with the door shut and didn't really have him look at the other cats. I and so like last night I opened the door just because I was just like, he's been here for an hour or two. He's kind of walking around. Opened the door. And one of the other cats, of course, was at the door waiting to, like, come in because, Lauren and I are both in the room. Mm-hmm. And Spinelli peeked, my little girl cat, who's, the littler of the two.
Yeah.
She's stocky. How about? You like Natalie from The Facts of Life?
No.
That's my cat. People that get that reference will get that reference.
Okay.
Natalie from Facts of Life. She's the one that, like, kind of had the accent. Not the Brooklyn.
I'm not actually sure I've seen The Facts of Life.
Well, you're missing out, man.
Yeah, probably.
I've seen far too many sitcoms from the 80s.
That's weird, too, because I kind of figured I'd be the guy who
Nope.
did that, but yeah.
All me.
I do want to see Perfect Strangers. I remember seeing some of that.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll watch it when we get together.
Maybe.
So right now, the situation is that Jorge, or George, as he's known, is now moved out into the living room area, kind of walked out on there on his own. And I keep looking back because I'm afraid he's going to come in and see that both Steve and Spinelli are hanging out in his room. They were eating his food before we started, so I took it away and put it away. And now Steve is sniffing around his water bowl and dipping his paws in there because my cat Steve, he drinks water by dipping his paw in and then licking it off his paw. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So now he's just kind of sniffing around the area. And I know George is going to come in while we're recording this and see this and basically flip a shit. And both the cats are going to run away and hopefully they won't fight. Anyway, so that's kind of what the situation is. So I opened the door and Spinelli pops her head in last night. And let's just say the first reaction was a hissing. And then a slap. And it was amazing because Spinelli kind of didn't even realize he was there, basically. Just kind of nonchalantly walked past him into the room and, like, sat near Lauren. And then, like, you know, George is like, the fuck? And they just, like, you know, started hissing and, you know, chased her off, basically.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so it's just been kind of like, all right, well, we're just going to leave him in this room tonight. And we'll see how it goes. And I feel bad for Spinelli because she's being super nice, you know, she's not even reacting to him, which is, you know, good. That's what you want. You want your host cats not to really react to the other cat. The other cat's just trying, like, hey, I need my space. I'm brand new. I need to get my bearings. I don't want to deal with you cats. Cats aren't super social, you know, unless they've grew up together, then they're friends. But you know, maybe they'll grow to be pals. We'll see. So Spinelli just, like, hightails it out of there when she knows what's going on. Like, that he's swatting at him. And then I try to pull him away, and he hisses at me. And I'm like, oh, great. Well, they need some time. So I let him sleep in here alone overnight. In the morning, I came in to see how he was doing. He's perked up, walking around. He seemed really good, happy, good mood. And he really wanted to get out the door of this room. And I was worried that he wasn't going to use his litter box that I had in here. But he used it for both necessities, so that's awesome. Because my parents were saying he wasn't using the litter box to poop, which you don't want. Better than the cat peeing everywhere, but not great. But no, he used it, so he's good. That's good. He's not too freaked out. He's eating his food, drinking his water. It's really good. And then, so yeah, I'm like, fine. I guess I'll let it. Or he escaped basically while I would open the door. Like, there's no way to not get him out. He was just raring to run out. He runs out there. It's fine. All the cats around, and so I'm like, all right, whatever. We'll just have him walk around for a bit. And then I locked the other two cats in the bedroom so he could just explore without them around, and he did. And I tried to get him back in the room, and he wasn't. So I was like, all right, well, let's just let the other cats out. You know, see how they react to each other, whatever. And and of course, I'm in the room trying to, like, goad him to come back in. I'm, like, shaking a toy and, like, going, here, kitty, here, kitty. And, of course, Spinelli just bounds in the room past him. So Spinelli bounds past George, who's, like, standing in the doorway, not even reacting to him, to the toy. And she looks at me, and she gets the toy. And she turns around, and you know, George is behind her, and he just goes. She, like, is like, shit, and runs away. And it's so funny because, like, she does nothing to provoke him. She just is, like, walking around, and he just hisses at her, and she just hightails it because she's kind of a little timid, scaredy cat. So it's really funny. It reminds me of The Simpsons when Bart gets the elephant.
Oh, yeah.
Stampy, and he makes that big noise, and then both cats, like, run over the hills and then peek their heads over. That's like Spinelli.
Yeah.
She just gets out of there. And it's funny because she's cute and adorable, but they know to give each other space right now, so that's pretty good. But anyway, Steve, my male cat, I was also worried they were going to get into a fight because he's a male cat, but I think that I wasn't here when this happened. Lauren was letting him walk around together, and George was sitting on her lap and being nice, you know. And George and Steve kind of met each other a few times and just kind of, like, didn't react to each other, I guess, because Steve is way bigger than George. So I think he recognizes the threat of the enormous cat that Steve is. He's fucking gigantic.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
He's a big cat.
He is big. He's not fat or anything. He's skinny as hell, but he's just, like, fucking lanky. You know what I mean? Like, he probably weighs, like, 12 pounds and he's skinny, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, they kind of have this tenuous, like, I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me relationship. And yeah, apparently, you know, George walked by Steve, and George started hissing at him, and Steve started hissing back, and they both kind of like walked away. So I think they both know, like, don't engage, man.
Yeah.
So I have like a turf war going on in my apartment.
What's the declaw situation?
George is declawed, so he can't do shit to them.
Oh, okay, but they aren't.
They are not declawed.
Okay.
So if he wants to get into a fight, he's gonna get hurt.
Okay.
And that would be bad for him because he's old. But
it seems like that's probably for the best though, because George seems to be the aggressor most of the time. So
definitely. Well, he's the transplant. He's the one who's scared in a new place. This is their house.
Yeah.
It all smells like them.
Yeah.
You know, so that's fine. Right now, I don't see any. The world is not ending. As I look behind me,
that's good.
And no cats are to be found. So they're all out in the living room somewhere together. And I don't know. George seems pretty good. He'll hiss, but he doesn't really do anything, you know?
Yeah.
He's just like, get away. And that's kind of, I read, it says there's going to be a lot of hissing. Mm-hmm. But eventually, you know, after a month or so, hopefully they'll all stop hissing all the time and they'll just try and ignore each other, which is fine. But we'll deal with it. I mean, he's probably only going to live like another year or two anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fun. And in worst case scenario, Lauren's parents have a farm where they have farm cats outside all the time.
Yeah.
And
this is a real farm, not like a...
No, this is a legit real farm. And
we'll send George to the farm.
Yeah, literally, he would go. And
yeah.
They feed the cats outside in a dish, so he'd be fed. I don't know if he'd run away or not, but I doubt it. He's a real people cat, so
yeah,
he'd probably stick around. And that's it, really, honestly. So that's the turf war. If I end up yelling or running away or you hear meowing, that's the cats. George is a talker.
Yeah.
He likes to meow. He's a friend to all people. So that's my house situation right now.
Okay.
What about you, Adam? What's going on in the ham house?
Oh, it's a mess.
The ham hut.
It's
a mess?
Yeah.
You set the garbage piles, didn't you?
Huh?
Garbage piles?
Well, you know, there's kind of a mini one in the living room, but that needs to be cleaned up. But the real thing is, like, there's, I don't know, like, pizza boxes and cardboard stuff I just haven't taken outside in, like, months, so...
Years?
No, it hasn't been that bad. But...
Just a year.
Yeah, it just, you know, the stuff that doesn't fit in bags usually.
Yeah.
It's just been piling up.
Wouldn't you just take them all out and throw them in the garbage container?
I should have, but now there's so much, it's just like, I don't know if it'll all fit in there.
This is how hoarders begin, Adam.
I guess.
You're just like, there's so much I can't even handle it, and then they stop caring.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen, but...
You need to let those boxes go.
Well, I had planned on kind of like slowly, you know, just easing a few of the cardboard stuff in with each garbage day.
You planned on it.
Yeah.
But you didn't follow through.
I don't know, it's hard. I miss garbage day a lot because... I don't know. It happens like it's on my Friday, and I don't get back till midnight, and I'm usually tired. And last night it was raining, so I just kind of didn't do it.
Yeah, who has garbage day on a Friday?
I know, it's a horrible day. It's just, I don't miss.
It's the weekend. I shouldn't be thinking about garbage.
Exactly. And I don't, and that's how bad things happen.
Definitely. Most Def, the rapper.
But I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna try to get it a little bit cleaned up, at least a little bit more organized tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll be down Sunday. I'm coming down T-minus 2 days for a week.
Yeah.
We'll get a podcast. We should record at least 2 podcasts.
Yeah.
I'll watch your Jimbo.
We forgot about that.
Oh, I brought it up.
Yeah, thankfully.
Anyway, I should just say I watched it, and then just agree with everything you say when we talk about it.
I don't know if I want to watch it again that soon, but
no, I mean, I might get down Sunday before you get home, so could just pop it on.
Actually, also there's my nephew's birthday party is that Friday, so I'll have to at least make an appearance in Springfield for a few hours.
Okay.
because that is the day of his birth,
That's fine.
or very close to it.
I can just hang out. I think I'm planning on bringing my tower down.
You should, and we should play a lot of WoW, which is the other thing that's been going on here all week.
Yep, we can play some WoW, other computer games that work good in LAN.
Yeah,
We can figure some stuff out. They'll be fun.
totally.
Some good co-op games. That'll be really fun. Yep. So that's gonna happen for sure. What else should? Oh, we could do Minecraft.
We could do Minecraft. Yeah.
Can you do a shared server over LAN?
Yeah. Totally.
Okay, cool. We'll do that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I can't have my laptop for that. I wouldn't be able to run it. I don't know if my laptop could run WoW.
It probably looked pretty shitty, but it might. WoW can a lot of things can run WoW.
Yeah.
Badly.
That's the nice part about that game. Is it kind of can run on any shit box you got. At the ham house.
Yeah.
Shit boxes.
Oh, come on.
All right. Well, you do. You got boxes.
I do have boxes.
Okay. What else is going on in the world today? Adam. Okay. So anything else in your life? You just played WoW.
I also watched some wrestling.
You hit 90.
I did, and you know what else I did?
What?
Just last night, fresh off the hot presses.
Fresh
I
off
don't
the
know.
hot presses.
Yep.
Okay. Those
Fresh off the
presses
hot
are
presses.
they get very hot when they're pressing.
Those machines, there's friction there.
They tend to run hot. There's a lot of
run
friction
hot.
in the ham house.
In the presses, yeah.
A lot of fucking friction in my cat house.
Some hot presses.
Okay.
I hit 600 in both my professions finally, too.
Nice. So you're all maxed out in tailoring.
And enchanting.
Tailor lautnering.
I'm working on cooking now and fishing.
Cooking mama.
Archaeology.
Fishing. Archaeology is a slog, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's a podcasting one.
Fishing is definitely a slog.
Oh, yeah. At least fishing, you can go to, like, exotic locales and stay in one place, where archaeology is just a fucking point-and-click treasure hunt.
That's true. But it'll be nice to see some of the areas I haven't really seen.
Yeah, definitely. It gives you a good reason to explore all the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was there? I haven't played WoW, like, at all. Like, I can't even think of the last time I logged in.
That's crazy.
I've just been so freaking busy.
Yeah.
With the cat last night, and then I think I had, D&D on Tuesday, and Wednesday was really the only night I had free,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It'll be fun to play together, though. That'd be really cool. We can do some of the old stuff together.
Yeah.
Get some achievements in the old dungeons, maybe get some mounts out of it.
Yes.
Can burn through that, get some cool stuff. So yeah.
Draenor's
Draenor's coming out soon.
I'm probably gonna buy that soon.
I might pre-order that.
Yeah.
Maybe while I'm down there, just so we can get a 90. Another 90.
I'm thinking about a Worgen Warlock or something.
Yeah, a Worgenlock.
A Worgenlock.
Nice. I have no clue what I'd pre-boost to 90.
Or I also thought maybe Druid, just because Druid isn't really one of the ones I super want, but it's probably the one that, because of that, I would never actually level the 90.
No, I agree.
So
I've stalled out on leveling druids around level 25, 35.
So maybe I would just do that, because then I could. The other ones actually I would maybe enjoy leveling. I don't know if I'd enjoy leveling a druid, but it'd be nice to have one at 90 that I could.
Yeah,
use.
definitely. I don't know. I'd have to figure it out.
Yeah.
I might do a mage.
Yeah.
Because I leveled the mage up to 60 when it was old WoW, so I played a mage a lot. That's it. All right, well, that's enough with WoW.
Yeah.
Let's finish the WoW minute.
Okay.
And let's move on to the world of wrestling entertainment.
Oh, man.
Adam,
Yeah.
my prediction that John Cena would be trounced
Yeah.
was prescient.
I guess. I think that was. They were kind of. I think that was.
I want to get your
Kind of
I want to get your
given
honest
away.
impressions of that match.
Didn't we talk about that last time?
No,
I thought we.
we recorded
Did
the
it not?
night before SummerSlam last time we recorded.
Oh, we did.
Took a week off last week
Yeah.
because of my I don't know, tiredness. I had something going on all day on that day. Oh yeah, I was out of town.
Yeah.
I
guess we haven't. Yeah, that's no, that was a little bit expected, but I thought it was great the way they did it.
I agree.
They just had him destroyed. They ripped apart.
Yeah, they wanted to prove that Brock Lesnar was a monster, and he fucking was a monster.
Yeah.
Overall, it was a really good pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins stole the show.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that was the best fight.
Nobody was going to have to question that, who was going to have the best match. It was pretty obvious there. Overall, it was great. I enjoyed it a lot.
I was really impressed, too, by the Stephanie match.
Yeah, she did a really good job for being, 10 years out of the game.
Yeah.
And, Brie did all right. She's never been great, but she did all right. It was good.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know. I kind of hope they have Stephanie do more actual, wrestling and stuff. Because,
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It doesn't look like they're going that way.
I know, but God, she's so good.
Yeah.
She's better than, pretty much all the other divas.
That is incorrect.
No?
Paige is by far the best wrestler.
Well, maybe the best wrestler, but she's... I enjoy watching...
Natalia's really good. Did I tell you what I started watching?
No.
So on the network... It's $9.99 a month, Adam. I just hope you knew that. All right.
I do.
You did? You knew that?
I did.
I don't know. Sometimes
I picked it up somewhere. I don't know.
I thought it was like $12.99, but then, I saw this ad.
Yeah.
I started watching Total Divas.
Oh, really?
It's on the network.
Yeah.
You're going to watch it too.
No.
You will.
I don't.
You want to see some backstage wrestling stuff?
Ooh.
You want to see Nikki Bella, who is boyfriend to John Cena, have John Cena and her do couple things together and see what John Cena's like in real life?
Oh my God.
You want to see what Daniel Bryan, who's dating Brie Bella, is like in real life?
I do.
Going out into his house out in the woods, chopping wood and stuff.
I do want to see that.
That's exactly why I started watching it.
That's incredible.
And there's a lot of that stuff in there.
Oh, wow.
You want to see what Jay, or is it Jimmy or Jay? Well, anyway, one of the Usos is dating another one of them.
Another one of the Usos?
Yeah, one of the Usos is dating one of the divas on the show.
Oh, I don't really care about the Usos.
Well, you can see what he's like in real life. It's kind of crazy because you get a little bit of the experience of what it's like to be a wrestler. Because they're traveling from city to city, doing training, having backroom drama, I wanted to have a match, and they gave the other girl a match, and it's kind of like competition, between everyone for screen time. So I don't know, it's really well produced, and it definitely doesn't feel like a lot of other like reality shows, like MTV reality shows where they have all the quick cuts and the musical stings. There's none of that. It's literally just. Sometimes, they'll have a talking head, every once in a while, or they'll, react to something that happened, or explain something. But, for the most part, it's pretty much just here's a camera, and these guys are all talking like real life. It's good. I'm surprised at how not terrible it is. I guess it's because it's not a ton like other reality shows, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, Adam, reality shows are awful.
They are.
It is
unless they contain Gordon Ramsay, they are awful.
I went home for for the weekend last weekend, and I was looking, and on Discovery Channel, for 24 hours straight, there was nothing but reality television.
On Discovery?
Yeah. It was all
John.
I know, it was fucking Ice Lake guys and Gold Rush show.
Oh, man.
I know.
That really bums me out.
I know. I hate... Reality TV is the death of, I'm trying to think here. Death of, middle tier television.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No longer are you going to watch reruns of sitcoms. No longer are you going to see that. Why do reruns when you can do a reality show that you can, produce for cheap, and all of, the reality... and you want to know why they do reality shows? And it's sick. Because people that work on reality shows...
Probably.
What?
They don't pay anybody anything.
No, it's because people on reality shows aren't part of a union.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not part of the Screen Actors Guild, because it's not considered dramatic work.
Right.
So all the producers and everything basically just work for peanuts because they don't have a union. And so it's terrible because everyone has to do it to get their start in the industry now, because it's the only place where you can get jobs when you're new, and it's just awful. There's horror stories about how terrible it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty much ruining that. But good TV is still good. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Dramatic TV has gotten better and better. You know, comedic television shows are getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sitcoms are getting funnier and funnier every year. Did you watch the Emmys?
No.
You want me to recap it for you?
Please do.
Breaking Bad won every award.
Yes.
Every fucking award.
They deserve it.
I guess.
Although
True Detective, nothing.
no True Detective, no Mad Men.
Nope. I don't think Mad Men won a single award.
That's a bit.
Yeah, I know. True Detective won. Boy, what did True Detective win? It won directing for an episode.
I can see that.
I think that's it. Fargo won miniseries. It's because HBO decided to put in, and it was a gamble, they decided to put it in as a TV series and not a miniseries. Meaning that it wouldn't compete with like Fargo and like all those other, and like Game of Thrones and you know, all those other miniseries.
Game of Thrones is still considered a miniseries?
I think so. It's because the Emmys are bullshit, and you can basically just choose what to submit your show as.
That's funny.
Because they're only doing 10 episodes a season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a miniseries. As did True Detective. But True Detective entered itself as a TV series, which means it went up against Breaking Bad, and I think they thought they had a chance. Well, no. Everyone apparently loved... Didn't Breaking Bad season end like a year and a half ago?
No, it was actually this...
It was over last summer.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was a year ago the season ended. Because I think the season ended after the Emmys.
You're totally right. Yeah, it did.
Because they pushed it back because they split into 2 seasons.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, man. It's been like a year.
Yeah, and it won all the awards. Every award. Did you know that Bryan Cranston has won, I think, 6 consecutive Best Actors or something? No. He lost 1 year. But he's won like 5 out of the last 6. It's crazy.
That's insane.
He does a great job.
He does.
But 5 out of the last 6. There are some other actors out there. You know?
There are.
That's what I hate. And was it TV shows that won? Modern Family for the 6th consecutive year or 5th consecutive year won Best Comedic Show.
Yeah, I keep wanting to watch that, but there's not really a good way to.
We should.
Other than paying.
I'd like to watch that show. I heard it's good.
I would. Yeah, I've heard it's good too.
I've seen episodes and I really like them.
I haven't seen any episodes of it at all. I don't know anything about it. But
it's like a great sitcom. I mean, it's tastefully put together. It's got some pretty funny stuff. It's got a little dark humor in it. You know, it's good. You know.
Okay.
But you know, there's Louis. You know,
I haven't seen that either. So.
You've never seen Louis?
No.
You should watch Louis.
Everybody says I don't know.
Oh, we should watch that.
I don't.
You would really like it.
Maybe. I don't know.
We should. It's not that many episodes either. You know what I mean?
I don't feel like I need to see that much Louis C.K. Like I like watching him do stand up and stuff, but I don't really feel like I need to watch him all the time.
I think you'd really like it, and I guess I can sell it as it's a comedy show. It's kind of like what they teach you in improv. The comedy comes out. You know, the show doesn't try and be funny. It's just Louis living his life, and the ridiculousness of things that happen are what's funny, and how he reacts to them. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not trying to be funny. It's just absurd and weird. I mean, like, for instance, there's a part where, like, in the first season when he's like on a he's on a chaperoning his like kid on like a trip to like a zoo somewhere. It's like a school trip. And like the school teacher's pretty overwhelmed. It's got a lot of kids. They get in a school bus, and he hops in. The school bus driver's like, "All right, how do we get to the zoo?" And he's like, "I don't know. You're the bus driver. Like, shouldn't you know?" And he's like, and then they don't say anything, and the bus isn't moving. You know, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just awkward. And then Louis like tells him to get there, and he's like, you know, he's like, use the expressway, and they get out in the expressway, and then like, they get out in the expressway, and then they see signs that says buses not on the expressway. Can't use a bus on the expressway. And, the guy's like, yeah, you can't use a bus on the expressway. And he's like, well, you knew that? And he's like, yeah, but you said to go on the express. It's just, that's like the humor. It's not like jokes. It's just ridiculous people. I don't know. It's amazing. It's worth watching. And I think you'd really like it, and I do want to watch it. We do have to watch Sherlock when I visit.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen the third season, so.
Yeah, that's great. Well, yeah, that's pretty good.
What?
I didn't really like the first episode back.
Oh.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
There's a cat.
The second one is amazing, for sure. And the third one's pretty good.
George has joined me. He's milling around my legs.
Okay.
I don't know, but you probably hear him in the background of the recording. Meowing. Okay. Yeah, so that show's great. I don't know. I'm really I mean, the Emmys just sucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you have an award show where literally the results are basically the same from last year, it's kind of like, okay, come on. Like, are we trying here? You know what I mean? It's like everyone's just keeps voting the same way every year. And it's like, Breaking Bad was great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston was great. Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he deserved it every year. But, there was one time only, Matthew McConaughey character that was particularly great.
Yeah.
He was the heart and soul of why that show was so good. Because without him, it's just a regular cop show.
Yeah.
He kind of added the craziness to it, and
Definitely.
didn't get it. Whatever. He's probably winning an Oscar for something. So, whatever.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's kind of the same thing I feel about John Hamm. It's like that guy's going to be in movies. You know what I mean? He's going to win one. He's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like his shot for Breaking Bad, winning it was 2 or 3 years ago. The post-divorce season.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Sorry. I think that season was from 2009 or 10, so you had your chance. But maybe he'll win one the next year because Breaking Bad's cleared out.
Yeah. He has one shot.
He'll win it though. Because it's the last
probably.
season, and that's what happened with Kyle Chandler from Friday Night Lights. He didn't win any time, and then, it was the final season, and he won.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
I haven't either. I'd like to see it, because I hear it's great.
I've heard that, too.
I don't know. I mean, it's about a Texas high school football program,
Yeah.
but it's not really about football. It's just kind of more about, like, the people,
Yeah, I know. I don't know, man.
I like Kyle Chandler a lot. I like Connie Britton, his wife in the show, a lot. Worth seeing.
Okay.
Anyway, so
I haven't been watching any TV lately. I've just been
back to the WWE.
Yeah, I've been watching WWE. Wow.
Adam, you got questions for me?
I'm
the more knowledgeable.
You are. I don't really have too many questions.
What do you want to know?
What's up with Rob Van Dam?
He's gone.
Okay.
Tonight is his last show.
Is it really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He's an old timer. Brought back just because people remember him.
Okay.
He was in ECW.
ECW. Okay, that's like the hardcore.
That was
kind of one
Eastern
that Rob
Championship
Heyman
Wrestling. That also became Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
That was his deal.
Okay.
I'm belching.
Because I've seen him a lot lately, and I kind of like the way he wrestles. He wrestles in a kind of a weird, interesting way.
Yes, he was he was a really big high flyer back in the day.
Yeah.
He still can do some of the moves. He doesn't do some of them, because he's north of 40. So
right.
probably on the bad side of north of 40 as well. So
yeah.
That's his deal.
That's what I was wondering, because he does seem like kind of an older guy, and has interesting wrestling moves, but I haven't really seen them doing a whole lot with him, so I wasn't sure what the deal was with him. But that's interesting. Okay, that's nice. Last show.
Yeah, and he wrestled a lot in ECW. He was champion there. He was great. People loved him. You know, he was kind of hardcore a little bit, used a lot of tables and chairs and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But, you know, he's back and he's basically jobbing out to people, except for Cesaro, who he went over in SummerSlam. I have no clue who booked that.
Yeah.
To have RVD beat Cesaro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was weird.
Well, Cesaro's getting his big push now, or they're going to start it, so it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
he's starting to
I
feud
hate...
with Sheamus over the U.S. title, and when you put Cesaro and Sheamus together, you're going to have a heck of a match.
Yeah, that should be
Those
good,
two can
actually.
dish it out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw them kind of doing a little preview to that, too, on
Hey,
the
buddy.
last Raw.
Sorry, George is ridiculous. He's
needing some attention.
He's up on two paws with his feet on my leg, meowing at me.
I
I can't, dude.
I can't hear any meowing, so...
I don't know. Anyways, he walked away for a minute. Yeah.
Dean Ambrose has been
He's
curb
gone.
stomped to oblivion.
He's disappeared.
So, yeah, that's sad to me. Like, it's kind of like
Nobody knows.
he's like one of the highlights. He's one of the highlights every time I was watching. So I feel kind of
Nobody knows
without-
where he is.
yeah,
He's disappeared.
yeah. Well, apparently he died because they had a funeral for
Oh, he
him.
didn't die. He ran away. Oh God, okay.
He ran away.
The cat has jumped on my lap
Okay.
in front of the microphone. Hi. And
What do you mean he ran away?
I think the reports were that he was taken off by ambulance staff,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and that he jumped the stretcher and ran off into the darkness.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes.
I didn't catch that.
Yes.
That's great.
That's the
That's
rumor.
perfect.
No,
Yes. Okay.
get down.
Oh,
Good, he didn't yell at me. No,
I kind of like that.
get down.
I've heard that other people don't like Corporate Kane, but I gotta say,
No, Corporate
I kinda-
Kane's amazing.
I like Corporate Kane way more than regular Kane. So
I mean, regular Kane's like supposed to be a demon.
yeah, it's a little too over the
Bray
top.
Wyatt's
for me.
a better
It's-
demon.
He
you
is,
know,
yeah.
so it's like, yeah, that's enough.
Yeah. Corporate Kane, I like.
I do like Corporate Kane.
I don't know. You know, I was disappointed recently with the way they're kind of taking the whole Stardust Goldust thing. I've been really
Yeah,
up for them, but then they're going into this like Uso thing, and the Usos have to be like the babyface tag team, and they're kind of like turning Stardust and Goldust into heels, and I don't want that.
well, there's a reason for that. That is, I forget. That's Ryback is getting surgery done.
yeah.
And Ryback was the only heel tag team besides the Wyatts.
Oh,
And the
okay.
Usos have already fought the Wyatts like 100 times.
Yeah.
So they need somebody to face them. So they turned him heel, which is
I-
dumb.
It is dumb,
But it
It's
isn't
so
dumb because if anyone could turn heel, it's that guy, those guys, because they're crazy. You know?
Yeah,
So they could easily
I
turn
know.
back face again, you know, whatever.
I love seeing them. I want to be like cheering for them as good guys.
Yeah, definitely. And
I hate seeing them.
and they are
like-
good guys.
They are good guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Stardust is awesome, you know? He's
Yes.
weird
Oh my
and
god.
fun.
He's amazing.
I feel bad because I really like Dusty Rhodes as Dusty
Yeah.
Rhodes, you know? But,
Yeah.
you know, the Stardust thing's really fun. You know, I think he's having
It
a really
is.
fun time with it, so... I mean, could you imagine being able to play a character like that where you're just kind of doing promos where you're talking about the cosmic key and,
Yeah.
you know, acting weird and jumping around? You know, that
like
seems
wrestling
fun.
with your brother as a team.
Yeah, and teaming up with your brother, you know?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It is.
So-
it is.
It's good.
Is Gold Dust not Gold Dust? Because they're being introduced as Gold and Stardust.
No. Gold Dust
So it's
and
like-
Stardust. The Dusts.
Because I saw something like on Wikipedia. Because I stupidly was Wikipediaing Gold Dust or something.
Team Gold Star. That's them.
Is it?
That's what I.
Okay,
that's what
'cause I
that's
thought
what
he
people
was-
call them on the internet.
I thought he was signed under the name Gold now.
Oh, maybe it's possible.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Anyways, this whole thing was like because I thought they were brothers. Then I was watching something on the WWE Network about like finishing moves.
Yep.
And they talked about Dusty Rhodes,
Correct.
who at first I thought that was Gold Dust, who was his brother.
Nope.
But no, Dusty Rhodes is like this old dude who was like in the 80s and did this elbow thing.
Correct. He was the working man's champ. You know, he was the American Dream, as he was known.
With his bionic elbow.
Yep, he was awesome. He was incredible.
Yeah.
He was.
So I was like, oh, so who is Gold? I guess they're half brothers, and it's like a different kind of.
Yeah, it's Dustin Runnels and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Dustin Runnels.
Yep.
So that's So I did a little bit of research on.
Yeah, of course, as you'll want to do.
Yeah.
So that's wrestling.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I just kind of feel like there's not a lot going on right now.
There isn't, and it's because.
And I hate. Oh God, fucking Jack, fucking Swagger. God damn it.
What?
I hate him so much.
Oh, I'm glad you do. You're one of us now.
God. Damn.
He has injured a lot of wrestlers.
Oh, really?
He famously injured Dolph Ziggler. Well, Dolph Ziggler was making a run with the title, causing him to lose the belt. Bad News Barrett was injured earlier this year by him.
The only thing I've seen him on was when he did that thing, like giving up the belt because he was injured.
Yep.
But he seemed really cool.
Who?
Bad News Barrett.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I haven't seen him wrestle. I'd like to see
He has the bull hammer, which is an elbow to the forehead. He like hits you with an elbow, and he does it kind of like a clothesline where he'll run at you and hit you with it, out of the blue. Yeah. But he takes off his elbow pad to do it, or he takes off. No, I forgot. His elbow pads are all black, and he takes one off and then puts it on backwards so it's red on the elbow that he hits him with. It looks really good. It's a great move, and he's a great wrestler, and he's going to feud for that title when he gets back. Because he's a heel,
nice.
And Ziggler's a face. So I think they'll have an awesome feud when he gets back. And he should be back around November, they say, so it's going to be a while. But
okay. But yeah, so Swagger's been injuring people left and right?
No, he's just injured a couple people. He got arrested for DUI, and they didn't release him. It's kind of bad. Like,
I just hate him because he's always fucking just boring as shit. And I guess he's an okay wrestler, maybe. I don't know.
He can be in good matches.
I'm not really good enough to tell much about technique yet, but he's just the fucking whole storyline, and I'm tired of Rusev. Why is he even a character?
What?
I hate the whole thing.
Oh man, I love Rusev.
Well, okay, I mean, Rusev is good. He sells his part.
He is amazing as a wrestler.
He's good. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I don't like the whole fucking.
I think what you're saying is they need to change that angle to be less boring.
Well, because it's the same thing every week. It's always Jack Swagger and always Rusev, and they're always doing the same thing, and Rusev always wins.
They're changing it up.
Well, now they have Mark Henry coming in.
World's Strongest Man.
Which I actually am kind of excited for, because...
exactly. Because, fucking WWE is, as people have seen with the Alberto Del Rio situation and that, may be a little bit racist. The organization itself isn't. Clearly. Yeah. There may be some people working there in the creative team or whatever. There may be a little bit. And the thought to me is, why bring out Jack Swagger as America to defeat Rusev? I mean, Jack Swagger's character is a parody of Tea Partiers who is a bad guy.
Yeah,
and you bring him out to fight Rusev. Whereas Mark Henry, he's from Texas. He's all-American. He's an Olympian gold medalist. He's world's strongest man. He's America. Make him America. People will cheer for Mark Henry. People love Mark Henry. Yeah. And they're doing it now, I think. And I think they kind of cooled off on that angle. Because I think they want to save that for another pay-per-view. Because Night of Champions is going to be really stacked. Yeah. Because the thing with Night of Champions is that every belt is up for grabs on Night of Champions.
Oh, cool.
So that's where champions can be made, champions can be broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, pretty cool.
And what were they doing with... I fucking forgot, because it was... What are they doing with Seth Rollins now?
He is apparently feuding with Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Good call.
I thought that was kind of...
Really, really good call.
It was a good call. Yeah, I think so, too.
Because, Reigns needs more work as a wrestler. He's awesome. Yeah. He's got that natural... You just want to like the guy. Yeah. He's super handsome, super strong, has some great moves. Seth Rollins is also handsome, but he's, the sellout. Yeah, so you got, two ex-friends.
Plus he has a retarded blonde streak in his hair.
Actually, I guess I like it because it
I don't.
it distinguishes him
nuts.
from everyone else a little bit.
It does, but it just looks so stupid.
What I
to me.
love
don't know
about
why.
him is that Lauren said, why does he have his hair soaking wet every time he comes out?
I know everybody does though. Everyone with long hair
It's
does.
because
and it's
watch him in a long match and see what his hair looks like at the end.
he's
Basically sporting a fro. So he needs to keep it.
That would be
moist.
awesome. He should have
Yeah,
a fro.
right.
That'd be amazing.
Okay, so that's that. That's wrestling. I don't want to talk about too much more.
is.
That was
You're
like
right,
a
you're
good 25 minutes.
I'm excited though.
I love it,
I
and
like,
it's been getting better. And Daniel Bryan may or may not be back sooner than later. Who knows?
Yeah.
Our thoughts and our thoughts go out to Jake the Snake Roberts. I just want to say that. No, he is in the hospital recovering. Apparently passed out on plane. He has really, really bad case of pneumonia. He slipped into, I think, a coma. May have been medically induced. I don't know, but he's in the hospital right now, so
That's
get well soon. You know, he's made a big recovery from his addiction. I hope he can, continue to live on.
He was a big character in the early wrestling
He was
scene.
the awesome bad guy.
Yeah,
Intercontinental champion. He would, beat you and then take the snake out of the bag and pour it on you, and you had a snake, and it was great. And he was awesome.
Yeah.
Great heel, great moves. He had the DDT that was great. He's awesome. So I hope he gets well soon.
Definitely.
I don't want to. I want to check the news now and make sure he's still alive.
Yeah, every time I hear news about a wrestler, I'm like, did they die? Because like
that's the sad part. Huh?
I know wrestlers seem to have like a really high fatality rate.
They do. I guess I want to see what the latest news is, just to be safe. Latest Jake the Snake Robert update on Wrestling Inc. Let's just see what they got to say. Let's see here. We don't know. Roberts was transported to another hospital this afternoon where further testing will be done. As noted earlier, he reportedly has double pneumonia, so his lungs are filled with fluid. He's not doing well. And there's a mass on his brain.
Oh, no.
Who knows?
Yeah.
On a positive note, apparently he's talkative.
That's good.
And he was, I think, quoted as saying that he was really worried he was going to disappoint the fans, because I guess he was going to visit some. Yeah, so get better, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Too many people getting hurt, too young. So let's see. So there's some good matches coming up, and I don't know what they're going to do with John Cena in the belt.
He's got to get maybe he's just not thrashed quite as hard this time, or maybe he just gets destroyed again. I don't know.
I don't know what they're going to do. I know that
I kind of just want to see him get
there are
destroyed
rumors
again,
that John Cena is reportedly dealing with a very major injury.
Oh, really?
With his neck.
From being suplexed 16 times, maybe?
Yeah, I know, right? And his shoulder and his neck. So,
yeah, I
think they're keeping an eye on him and trying not to have him wrestle as much.
Yeah.
He slowed down a little bit. So, I hopefully he can stay healthy and get better, but that doesn't give me a lot of hope that he's going to continue to get pushed,
I think it's, I don't know. I have missed so much of the Cena thing, but I do get the distinct feeling that they're kind of trying to push other people and kind of take him out of the, because he's just been, I guess, been the face for like 10 years.
And they should push out other people,
Well, yeah, I mean, I know. On the other hand, it's like, at this point, dude's a legend.
Lol Cena wins? Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
I'm sorry. Are you saying Lol Cena wins?
No,
that's the internet meme. Just Lol Cena wins. That's how matches end. I don't always.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna do that, but
we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
Because they gotta keep the Brock Lesnar thing rolling for a while.
I think that
they can't turn over that fast.
I think that the rumor was that there was going to be a major swerve at Night of Champions. Yeah. Really? Something big's going to go down. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe Seth Rollins is cashing in. Maybe John Cena gets a little dirty when he has to fight him.
that'd be interesting. To
Fighting,
me. I would like
fighting
to see
fire
that.
with fire, getting a chair.
Although
or
I
something.
almost don't want to see that though, because I don't know. It'd be very interesting, like story wise. But I was listening to, like the Power Bombcast and the guys who went to SummerSlam,
Yeah.
and they're just like talking about all the people who are like are Cena fans, and how they're like just like the most innocent and like nicest people and stuff like that.
That's and
like there's a part of me that's like I don't actually want him to turn, because like just there's people who really, I don't know, put a lot of weight in what he says, like young kids and stuff like that. And I don't know.
I read a report that was pretty interesting, and it was, John Cena's merchandise, now that Daniel Bryan is hurt,
Yeah.
and CM Punk is gone, the John
Right.
Cena's merchandise is outselling every other superstars combined.
Oh wow,
Like,
that doesn't surprise
You
me.
can't turn a guy
Yeah.
who's selling stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I want to say this. This is my wrestling theory for the week, and I know,
Okay.
I wanted to stop talking about wrestling 10 minutes ago, but I want to
Yeah.
get into this because I wanted to talk about
Okay.
it. John Cena is already a heel. He's already a heel, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
This is the reality era, Adam. This is the era in which, reality, where the fans have a say. The fans, wanted Bryan to win. He got his chance. He won. The yes movement. People getting a chance to, get their favorite wrestlers over.
Yeah.
John Cena, hated by the internet wrestling community because he always wins, and his story, doesn't change. The wrestling, it's always rise
Hustle,
above.
loyalty, respect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, the little kids, the anti-bullying kids, all the, kids
Yeah.
love him. Internet wrestlers hate him. He's already a heel. Everything he does...
You're right. He's a heel to the people he needs to be a heel to.
Exactly. He's already a heel to the internet
Yeah.
wrestling community, and then he's still a face to the little kids. It's
like really
exact
the best of
perfect.
both worlds.
And I think they're going to keep pushing it like that, where he keeps
Yeah.
doing things stereotypically that internet wrestlers hate. And maybe they'll
Yeah.
bring a character up, Bo Dallas, who is already kind of doing a little bit of... He literally, in an interview, someone asked where his inspirations came for his Bo Dallas character, was John Cena and Tim Tebow. And he was like...
Yeah.
And he is kind of like the John Cena that's just all talk, you know what I mean? He's the...
Yeah.
I'm a believer. You got to believe,
Uh-huh.
And maybe they'll bring him up and, kind of see how they're kind of the same in some ways. They both kind of have this loyalty around them, at least real
Yeah,
or not
yeah.
real in Bo's case, that it just makes them a Superman, and we'll see.
Okay, another question.
Sure. Last one.
Is
Then we got to get
is
to video
Jericho-
game news.
Is Jericho a jobber now?
Yes,
Ah, that's sad.
he has to be.
I know. I guess his time's gone.
And he
but
has to be a jobber because that's...
I like him though, and I want to see him win.
I do. But you gotta bring... You can't have those guys getting over the new talent,
I
Their whole
know.
job is to now bring legitimacy from their old title reigns, and then new guys beat them,
Yeah.
and they look really good.
It's sad. I know. It's sad to see though.
It is, but it's kind of necessary, and that's kind of what they do. And it's kind of annoying because whenever someone comes back, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously brought back to make the other guy look good, the new guy. So yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
John Cena sucks. Let's
go see him.
That's the theme song. John
Yeah.
Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. That's what they sing. The haters. Anyway, haters gonna
haters.
hate. Rise above the hate. John Cena.
Yeah. You can't see him.
Can't see him. So much hate in the way. All right, let's move on. Video games.
Yep.
Video game news. I want to talk about video game news. There's a video game podcast on the Little Podcast Network.
What?
Yeah, it's called Famicom Dojo. They've been around for a while.
What?
Yeah, they're very Japanese.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't know
listen
that.
to them.
Okay, I will.
I don't know anything about them. I haven't listened to it. I literally just found this out like today. So
Really?
yeah.
Okay. We're horrible members of the
People seem to
network.
like them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of on their own. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Okay.
news. Saints Row,
I'm excited
Gat
for this.
out of hell.
Yeah.
Saints Row going to hell. All right. So trailer debuted at PAX, which is this weekend. So there's going to be a lot of video game news this week and next week.
Definitely.
There's going to be, let's see here, Johnny Gat and Kinsey are sucked into hell via Ouija board to battle demons. Some prominent historical figures.
Yeah, that should be
it should be really cool.
Okay, but in canon, in Saints Row canon, is Gat currently alive? I thought he was dead. Did he get he came back as like a zombie? I think in some DLC.
Well, it's a Ouija board,
but
Adam.
It says, but it says a Ouija board sends him and Kinsey to hell.
Well, yeah, he is the spirit being contacted on the Ouija board.
But then he'd already be him.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm watching the trailer, and Johnny Gat is not a spirit.
Yeah.
He is one of the group. I don't know. No, I think the canon is he was brought back via the fake world thing.
Oh, from 4.
Yeah, and he was pulled out of the simulation, I guess. They did something like that.
Oh, they like materialized
yeah, something like
from
that.
Data or something.
So he's like real.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's brought back to life.
That makes as much sense as this game is going to make.
They get sucked into hell, and it's going to be pretty fun. I like Kinsey a lot, so I'm glad they kind of added her.
Yeah.
So there's going to be, kind of a hellscape version of the city to roam around in, which looks pretty cool. Looks very Saints Row 4. And it's actually going to be released for $20 on the PS3, PS4, Xbox One,
really?
PC.
$20?
Yep. It's actually an expansion for 4.
Oh, it is. Okay.
And Saints Row 4 Re-Elected is a re-release coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One, and
I'm doing
and
that.
it comes with all the DLC.
Yeah.
And Saints Row 4 was one of my favorite games in a long time.
I didn't get that far in it because I was I got distracted by something.
Oh, it's amazing! Have you not seen the ending of that game?
I have not. Whoa. I'm gonna wait though. I'm gonna get this on PS4. I'll get the Re-Elected.
You want to know how much Saints Row 4 Re-Elected is going to cost in January? It's 27th when it comes out.
$20?
$30.
$30. So 50 for both?
Nope. Oh yes, 50 for a bundle.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll do that.
Sure.
I'll play through both of them together.
I've already beat 4, but I would play it again. I loved it.
Yeah.
So that's the first video game news.
Oh, that pic too with him with the burning angel wings looks awesome. Just saying. I would think I'd go like the supernatural route then instead of the superpowers wise.
I do not know. I guess we'll see.
It'd be cool if people using demonic powers or something.
Adam, did you know Nintendo just revealed a new 3DS?
Another one?
Yep, a brand new version.
Okay,
so
I didn't know that.
There's a new 3DS and a new 3DS LL, which is this is Japanese news that came out. The LL is, what the XL is in Japan. So it's new 3DS and new 3DS LL. Differences. There are new controller buttons. Yes,
really?
Above the A, B, X, Y face buttons, there's a little smaller nub that is like a view button, basically. They show them using it in the game to change the camera. So it's kind of like a dual joystick. Okay. And they'll also have new shoulder buttons sitting next to the other buttons, like a ZL and a ZR button.
Weird. Okay.
It's going to have a better CPU. So it'll be faster to download and browse stuff. And they also announced the game Xenoblade Chronicles is coming out. Remember that Wii game that was exclusive, the Xenoblade Chronicles game?
Yeah.
That looked amazing and everyone said was awesome, and you can't even fucking buy now because they did a limited run, and so copies are fucking expensive.
Right.
Okay. Xenoblade Chronicles will only work on the new 3DS.
The new game?
Yeah.
Oh. That's bullshit.
Yep. Both models are launching in Japan on October 11th, which is my birthday. But I want to say this. What the fuck, Nintendo? I'm glad that you're, responding to people saying, hey, you need another button. But putting out a game that I want to play that I can only buy a new console for is bullshit. Not only that, I'm going to rant here. But it's called the new Nintendo 3DS and the new Nintendo 3DS LL. So if you go to a store and you have a 3DS and you go to buy Xenoblade Chronicles, it's just going to say 3DS. You know what I mean? And if this trend continues, there's going to be a subset of games that you can only play on a new 3DS and not on an old 3DS, which is going to split the market without changing the name of the console. It's just fucking insane.
Well, it's kind of the same problem they had with like the Wii and the Wii U, where everybody thought the Wii U was like some kind of expansion.
Did they not fucking learn?
Yeah, I guess not.
The fucking crazy part about this is just an expansion. But they're also allowing games to play on it that can't play on the other system. So they have a 2DS, a 3DS, and now a new 3DS. They should just call it the 3DSu. People probably would have figured that out.
Maybe.
You know those new Amiibo figurines that we talked about and they showed off? That are kind of like the Skylanders? Only work with the new 3DS. As well.
They probably need to have like a near field thing in there for it.
Supposedly they're going to put out some sort of NFC adapter for the old one because they fucking have to, because those are for children and parents aren't buying a goddamn new 3DS just so a kid can play with a figurine.
Right. Yeah.
So they need to figure that out. It's fun. I'm so excited because it looks better and the graphics are better. They showed off, you know, it's got a nicer screen.
Yeah.
But it's fucking insane.
It'll probably be like $300.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Fucking A. And I wanted to play Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah. You gotta have a brand new 3DS.
I wanted to play the first one. But they only put it out on goddamn Wii.
I know. I have a Wii.
Like every Nintendo game I want to play.
I want to see how much Xenoblade Chronicles costs on
their shitty consoles.
I just want to look this up. Xenoblade Chronicles Amazon. There it is. Thank you, game. Nope, that's not what I wanted. All right, there we go. Amazon.com. Xenoblade Chronicles. In stock, new. $100. Sold by Atomic Gaming. All right, I don't want a new. Let's get a used. Here's a used like new with free shipping from Amazon Prime. $90. Yeah, you can't buy this fucking game. I really want to play it because, you know, it's a Japanese RPG that's kind of like a little bit action RPG. It's got some fucking, you know, giant monsters running around that you got to fight and kind of a really cool looking open world.
Yeah.
Can't play it. Good luck finding a copy for, you know, this is why people pirate games. You know, there's no reason to do it now. You know, I mean, you can, but, like, you know, your excuse is bullshit because now on the new consoles, you can just download every game. You know what I mean? Right. There isn't going to be a supply, you know, reason why you can't get a copy anymore. You know what I mean? You're going to be able to get it. And maybe they'll re-release it for the Wii U, which would be smart as a download. You know, it would be another reason why I kind of want to get a Wii U a little bit. You know, give me some more reasons. I'll get there. Come on, Nintendo. Do it. I watched that movie recently, by the way.
Yeah.
Starsky and Hutch?
Yeah.
Do it.
It's okay.
That movie really held up.
Yeah, probably.
I really liked it.
It's okay. I never thought it was amazing, but it's pretty funny.
Ben Stiller's amazing in it.
It's definitely a Ben Stiller movie, which I feel like Ben Stiller is they're good, but they're Ben Stiller movies. I don't know.
So, Adam hates Ben Stiller.
I don't hate Ben Stiller. I think he is okay. That's about right.
All right. So that's like video games news that's coming out. You know, I'm trying to think if there was anything else.
Multiplayer for Dragon Age.
Adam, you want to know something?
What?
Assassin's Creed Unity was delayed out of the year.
No, it's delayed 2 weeks.
Nope.
No?
Ubisoft confirms Assassin's Creed Unity delay. Let's see here.
I thought it was only like 2 weeks.
The extra 2 weeks. Oh, I read somewhere that it was delayed out of the year, but I guess it's still just 2 weeks.
Good.
Yeah. November 11th. Well, we'll see. Because I feel like if you're having issues where you need to delay the game, 2 weeks isn't going to help.
Depends on what the issue is. They might just be tightening stuff up.
Well, one can know that all of the people that work at Ubisoft are probably working right now. I don't even know what time it is in France where they're making it, but I guarantee you they're working because there's no way they're not working around the clock right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Which sucks
Yeah.
for the people.
Yeah.
But, they're going to put it out. They got to.
They do, because everything else is getting delayed,
Everything
too.
else got delayed. So, all right, Adam.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay.
This is a big topic we're going to talk about here.
All right.
This is a big deal. This has been in the news lately. But it actually hasn't been in the news. Never mind. This has not been in the news lately. Because people don't want to talk about it. Because it's bad. People kind of... I don't know. Well, let's go into this. So I'm going to talk about the conspiracy. I'm not going to take a side. I'm not going to say who's right, who's wrong. I just want to get the facts out there so people know. There's conspiracy, a.k.a. Gamergate, Watergate. Online controversy surrounding the indie game developer Zoe Quinn. Okay? You know who that is?
I do.
Depression Quest.
Yep.
Game developer. The controversy surrounding indie game developer Zoe Quinn's alleged affair with a number of video game journalists, including a staff writer at Kotaku, supposedly in exchange for publicity for her game. In August 2014, the scandal came into public light when her ex-boyfriend, Uran Gajani, what a fucking weird name that is, chronicled the details of her affairs in an expose blog post, in a blog called the Zoe Post, which prompted online discussions regarding the validity of his claim and ethics in video game journalism at large. We had been talking a couple weeks ago about game developers kind of being in bed with a lot of these content producers, such as content producers putting up, advertainment, basically, video game company paying them to put positive coverage out for their game. This is a video game developer who has been accused. I'm not going to say anything is fucking proven by any of this bullshit.
No.
But has been accused of doing so, and it certainly doesn't look great because it is very clear that she was literally in bed with someone from Kotaku. Anyway, so she submitted the game Depression Quest to Greenlight. Posted she talked about being harassed for putting the game on Greenlight, specifically from the Chan board Wizard Chan, because all of the good internet things happen from 4chan. Somehow that's true and not. You can thank Doge memes and all sorts of fun stuff come from 4chan. Other bad stuff too.
Yeah.
So the Zoe post kind of went on an amazing. I mean, this is just. I read the whole thing because I'm a terrible person, and I was bored, and it was Sunday.
Yeah.
And he just basically kind of airs all of their personal dirty laundry out.
Wow.
He was cheated on, a lot. He was mad. He wrote a post. What this proves, and all of that from what I read, is that she is a terrible girlfriend and he is a terrible boyfriend.
Yeah.
That is all there is. Okay? That's all that we can know from that. Online reaction was pretty big. This happened August 17th, so a little over a week ago. Redditor put some screenshots to provide evidence that she faked being harassed by users to get support for her game in a subreddit. And another blog talked about how she used Robin Williams' suicide to promote her game by saying that she made the game free after that. She was saying she was trying to promote awareness about depression. Who knows? Internet's favorite John Tron had a couple things to say.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you may remember, the Zoe Quinn is also, she is just, and I don't want to. I've never met her, so I don't know, but I can't imagine that she is a joy to work with because of what happened during this game jam that happened. So there was a Pepsi-sponsored game jam, Pepsi. Did you hear anything about this fucking whole debacle?
I did not, actually.
We should talk about that, for fuck's sake. But, okay, so she had some issues with... so she signed up with a bunch of other internet celebrities and game developers.
Yeah.
To do this game jam that was going to be recorded by Mountain Dew, televised, and, put on thing with, kind of like, here's people drinking Mountain Dew, making cool games. You know, indie developers are getting exposure, like Zoe Quinn. I mean, for fuck's sake, who would have thought the Zoe Quinn, maker of Depression Quest, the indie game, is going to be on like a fucking show that gets out to people that drink Mountain Dew? That's cool, right?
Sure.
But, you know, things kind of fell apart. She talked about how she was harassed on set by the producers who were, like, forcing them to drink Mountain Dew only, and JonTron really didn't get along with her, and she basically dropped out. And then a bunch of other people dropped out with her, and the Game Jam, which was millions of dollars put together, and studio, people being hired, fell apart. I mean, she crashed the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, whether or not, and I wasn't there, so I don't know, maybe it was really bad there. You know, who knows? But, you know, that when you see someone who continues having controversy swirling around them, that's a sign. I don't know. I don't want to accuse, because who knows? Again, it's the internet.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit. Anyway, so JonTron tweeted, I met Zoe Quinn back during a game jam, and I can say she is nothing to start internet controversy over, LOL. Also, no, that is not a compliment. Objectively, though, I can see the argument people have about keeping journalism free and open. Very valid complaints. So this exploded. There's a lot of back and forth, you know, between Wizard Chan and Zoe Quinn saying they weren't doxing her, and she said they were.
Wait, what is doxing?
You never heard of doxing?
I don't think so.
So that's when you dox someone? You've never heard of this? DOXXING?
No.
Something Anonymous does, where they basically just go and hack all of your accounts and put all your personal information out online.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So everyone can get your phone number and fucking call you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awful. So Phil Fish, you know Phil Fish, right?
Yeah, he's an interesting fellow.
Well, he had some strong takes.
He generally has strong takes.
Let me read some of his Twitter. All you people attacking Zoe are cowards. Attacking a woman is the easiest way you can. Despicable cowards, all of you. All you're doing is making her more visible and giving her message more reach. And revealing yourselves as the subhuman little shits you are. Absolutely pathetic, ballless man boobs. Period. I just canceled a project you didn't even know about. And another one.
That's ridiculous.
Fish went at one point as far to compare people by saying, and this is just the tweet, you're essentially rapists.
Whoa.
He went pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So this is all going on. Conspiracy moves forward. The 30s and the Five Guys Burgers and Fries saga.
Oh my god.
This is what the internet has called this. Five Guys is referring to the 5 people she alleged to have sex with, including some journalists from different places. It's fucking, that's personal, whatever. I don't care about any of that shit.
Yeah,
right?
No kidding.
Because this gets real deep, man.
Yeah.
We're a quarter of the way through the Know Your Meme database page. Okay, on August 19th, 2 days after this whole blog thing kind of exploded, Quinn claimed their Tumblr and Twitter page were both hacked and she'd been docked by users from /v, the 4chan things. Post was subsequently deleted later that day. Tumblr user pointed out several inconsistencies in the story to evidence that she had fabricated the hacking. Basically saying that a lot of the Tumblr's features make it so what she was saying was happening probably couldn't have happened. Maybe she was hacked and was, bloviating about it and playing it up a little bit. Who knows? No one will ever know because she's not talking smartly. In addition, phone numbers were included in the docs posts were found to not be connected to her. A lot of the phone numbers that got pulled up were not correct. And a number listed as Zoe's cell phone connected apparently to a landline phone in Hawaii. So people are thinking that none of that was real. I don't think that someone would fake their own hacking and post fake phone numbers up. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, hard to say.
During the immediate fallout of her boyfriend's post, a Reddit user going by the name of Silly Slater raised allegations that Zoe Quinn intentionally sabotaged a female-centric game development event on the grounds that the idea was oppressive in order to promote her own similar event, Rebel Jam, which is currently being organized. So there was I believe it was an Indiegogo campaign for Fine Young Capitalists, which was a game jam they were putting together that was, I think, going to be sort of feminist focused.
Yeah.
And the Depression Quest, they claim that she talked to Indiegogo about it and had it pulled down because it competed with her game jam.
I see.
Okay. Around March 2014, they talk about the Pepsi thing. John, her ex-boyfriend talked about it because he knew a little bit more about it. He said it was kind of crazy that she ruined a $100 million production because she thought it would be bad for her image, because she didn't want to drink Pepsi on camera. There's probably a lot more to it than that, but they're saying that he's surprised they didn't put legal action against her for breaking her contract. But GamesNosh article. A website called GamesNosh published an article accusing Quinn of exploiting GamesPress for coverage. Hours later, the feed announced their host had asked them to remove the article. N4G article post that Quinn was being accused of exploiting GamesPress for coverage. Hours later, the article was removed. Did not make a comment on why they were removed. Total Biscuit, we talked about him.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah.
August 19th game. And I want to say this. People, the reason why this is so awful is that people are not having clean heads about this. Mm-hmm. I think that people are taking sides.
Yeah.
I think that they're turning into a black and white issue when it isn't. Women are not portrayed in games particularly well. They get way too much shit from people, for trying to be in games. And I think it's a lot of a subset of gamers are really worried about losing their male-dominated thing to girls. And I couldn't care less either way.
Right.
Girls want to play games, they should play games. Girls want to make games, they should make games. That's all there is to it. And so I think that people that are supporting, Zoe Quinn are calling all of these people, awful, when not all these people are awful. There's a small amount of people that are awful. But when you start calling all gamers, like Phil Fish was, depressed man-boob awful people, then you're going to make people mad. It's just both sides are feeding off each other here. Anyway, Total Biscuit, try to, have a clear head about this. Published a blog post where he denounced Quinn if she had abused the DMCA to take down criticism of her product. People were claiming that videos that were critical of the Depression Quest game on YouTube were getting copyright notices and being told to take them down because she was submitting copyright claims against them, which is fucking despicable.
Yeah, pretty much.
That YouTube would allow it, and that someone would do it, because that's just a line you don't cross, if true. He says, of course, we don't know if this is true, but there's a lot of them that were pulled down, so who knows? It's not looking good.
Yeah.
Total Biscuit got a lot of hate for not siding with her for some reason, for making a totally reasoned argument about if she had done something that's bad. Not accusing her, just saying if she had done something. Okay, Kotaku writer Stephen Totilo released an article related to questions surrounding their writer, one of the 5 men Quinn had allegedly been with. In the article, Totilo stated that their leadership team found no evidence, any claims surrounding any suspected cronyism between their writer and Quinn, if true. They also said Grayson had only written an article and not a review of the game, just put in some coverage. So, it's not like someone sleeping with someone for a good review. It's kind of... But anyway. A lot of people have been banned from forums and they're butthurt about it. If you're going to say bullshit, you're going to get banned, dude. I'm sorry, people. Kotaku and Vice were banning people that were anti-conspiracy, people that were against Zoe Quinn, I guess. I don't know why you'd be against someone, but they were. Let's see here. Zoe Quinn said something about the scandal. She's basically saying this is bullshit. It's my personal life. Don't worry about it. And she just says some stuff. All right, conflicts of interest and journalistic integrity. As Quinn's intimate ties to journalists are being revealed, this is kind of the issue that the games press has right now, is that a lot of these indie developers are friends of games journalists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's starting to be a lot of conflict of interest things going on. I want to point to Giant Bomb,
Yeah.
who, when they covered their good friends at Supergiant Games making Bastion,
Yeah.
they chose not to review that game.
Yeah.
You know, they said, you know, we're close to these guys. We put some of their videos on our site. We're not going to review it. You know, that's the way this needs to go down. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of like Polygon has policies where it's like, if you know someone that's worked on this, we need to give someone else to review it. You know, you can't. Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, it's part of a bigger problem in that since the internet, journalistic integrity has just basically gone away. I mean, even in print papers, it's impossible to find.
It's getting bad.
Yeah, it's real
just
bad.
Journalism. The church and state separation is gone.
Yeah.
It's over. There's people claiming things left and right. People were saying that they got their copyright notices for videos and stuff, and I think there was an outlet that said that yes, indeed, our article was taken down because she complained about it being libelous or something. So
Yeah.
who knows? It's a fucking mess.
It sounds like a mess.
I mean, we're talking crazy shit going on. I mean, there was, she had naked photos put up on the internet of her, like, because she had apparently done some modeling for a website in the nude, and like, it's fucking crazy, man. These people like just laid her bare. You know what I mean? Whether or not she deserved, no one deserves that. You know what I mean? But whether or not she's a good person, I have a hard time liking Zoe Quinn. There's too much evidence.
I don't know.
I don't want to throw someone under the bus, but there's a lot of controversy going around this person. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it's just exploding because people that are for her are calling everyone else. You don't like women in games. You hate that, and people that are against her, some of which are bad people. That are misogynistic and horrible and sexist. But some of the people are just like, this is like a journalism problem.
I was going to say, I think that's more my take, and I don't know. I'm amazed that this is such a big deal, really.
So let's, the more I read about it, the more I thought about it, it's like, this is insane.
It is.
Exploding. So let's talk about Anita Sarkeesian.
Oh, God.
Feminist Frequencies, Tropes versus Women in Games video series she's created. Has faced a wall of abuse and threats from critics of her research that highlights misogyny in game fiction. She puts out videos that are interesting. I actually have never watched one, but I'm sure they're good. A lot of people say they're great. One of the videos is 30 minutes. That's a long video. Just to figure it out. Apparently, she has had threats of her life. She called the police, and she's been driven out of her home. She's staying with friends.
Yeah.
I mean, this is bad.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, Feminist Frequency published a new episode of Tropes for Swimming Games looking at women as background decoration as a trope, which describe largely insignificant, non-playable female characters whose sexuality or victimhood is exploited as a way to add racy flavoring to game worlds. It's like when women are portrayed in games, they're a hooker or something. Or when women are shown in games, they're going to die.
Or standing in the background just as
it's like the black guy in old horror movies.
Yeah.
It's like he's going to die. You know what I mean? It's like in video games. It's like the women are going to die because, it's male people playing that adds heightened, and she's just calling it,
Sure.
Her criticism is this is a lame shortcut, write better games. And so this explodes into further the land of the word. You ever heard of the SJW?
Yes.
Social justice warrior.
Yeah.
It's a pejorative term for an individual who repeatedly and vehemently engages in arguments on social justice on the internet. And people are kind of anti-SJW around there. It's like, why do we need to bother with this? Why is this a big deal? Women being portrayed in games. I mean, I kind of agree with that. I mean, I've always been kind of anti-PC and SJW. I think that making criticism about women being portrayed in games is good. If you're going to be reasoned and thoughtful about it, and not just go on the internet and call everyone a man baby for not agreeing with you,
Yeah.
that's fine. You know, Anita Sarkeesian probably makes great videos. I'm going to have to watch it, you know.
Yeah.
Now that I've read about this, I kind of want to see it because I'm sure it's great. And if you're going to make reasoned arguments that are interesting and thoughtful and change the discussion, that's good. But I think that a lot of people on the internet are I mean, when we're at the end of the day, these are fucking video games, all right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's think of the scope of where we're at. These are video games, you know? And women aren't being portrayed in them that well. You know, that sucks. That's bad. That should change.
Yeah.
If you want to help the world and you are a social justice warrior, there are better battles to fight. I mean,
I don't agree with the better battle situation.
I do.
No.
There are women in Nigeria being kidnapped
Yeah, that's beside the point.
for going to school.
Yeah.
There are women in India and Pakistan having acid thrown in their faces
Yeah. But
for
that's
going to
somewhere
school and
else.
talking out against men.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not saying those things aren't bad, but that doesn't I don't think
What I'm saying is
stuff,
that the amount of outrage for this far outweighs the seriousness of the issue.
well,
The
I don't-
U.S. is in no way equal. Yeah, you know, like, we are not there equality-wise. That is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, if you want to make a positive change, you know, become a big brother, big sister. I guarantee you, whatever city you're in, there are little boys, little girls that don't have figures. You know what I mean? Like, this is what you need to do. Let's fix poverty. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, it sucks that women are portrayed bad in games, and that needs to change. But also, there's a thing like, oh, these kids can't eat in the U.S. You know, I don't know. I understand. There are two sides to this. I understand where you're coming from, Adam, because you're right. You know, that argument of, you know, there's other worse stuff to argue about is kind of bad.
yeah.
You know, and I agree, because this does need to be argued about. But I feel like too many people care about this.
And I don't think there's ever too many people caring about anything, really. I mean, sure, yeah, there are other things they probably should also be caring about, but
Yes.
I don't think that at all changes, like, them caring about one thing is bad.
It's not mutually exclusive. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
But I want to see the vitriol that people about, you know, feminism in games being, you know, put feminism in fucking schools. You know what I mean?
Everybody has the things that they're passionate about, though, and that's fine. If they don't care about Nigerian women, that's whatever. That's their thing.
I'm sure they do. But
Maybe
there's
they
not a
do.
lot they can do about that.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I don't, you know, whatever. I mean, I don't expect everybody to
I think it's
go
important to be
searching out the
passionate
worst
about
thing
something.
and go for that. I just, you know, people have interests, and it affects their interests, so that's why they're up in arms about it. And that's...
I agree. And I think I hate misplaced passion, I guess. You know? The
That doesn't
world's
bother me
got
at
a
all.
lot of problems.
I don't think there is such a thing as misplaced passion.
We need to fix it. You know? And I think people get a little bit too defensive on both sides.
There's no doubt about that. There's definitely no doubt
And
about
people
that.
need to just calm the fucking shit down. Calm your
Yeah.
tits.
Yeah.
That's calm your tits. Man
Your-
boobs and women boobs. Everyone. Calm them.
My big thing is that I just think that the people who complain about these things, I'm
Yep.
not saying they should focus elsewhere,
Yes.
but I think they should actually do something to improve.
I agree.
They
That's actually even better.
Want. That's
That's
my
what I was
my
going to
thing.
say, actually. If you think it sucks that women are treated badly in games, make games where women are portrayed well.
Or support games where
Or support games where they do that.
Exactly.
I mean, it sucks that you're going to have all these terrible people like hacking you because you make a game that supports women, but you know you're going to have to fight that fight. You know what I mean? And do it.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, it
maybe
sucks that it's hard,
maybe,
but
maybe
that's-
go to schools and get young girls interested in computers. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because it's not just a guy thing. You know,
No.
technology can be for everyone.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I want to see activism that way. You know what I mean?
I agree with you there. That's my thing. I don't care about where they're putting their stuff, but I think
Mm-hmm.
you know, just complaining about it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I guess the thought is
Put your energy into it to fix it as opposed to just bad mouth it. Yeah,
exactly. That's I can agree with that 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If you think video games portray women badly,
Yes.
make a game.
Exactly.
Or find somebody who knows how to code, and come up with a game together. Start a game jam.
If you really think a game, even if you like it, if you really think a game doesn't portray women with that, and you don't think that's a good thing, then do the hard thing and actually don't buy it, even if it looks good.
Yeah.
Because definitely,
it's true.
Speaking with your dollars will probably be the loudest way to do it. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, if you don't care about it that much, then nothing's going to happen. You can yell all you want to.
I mean, we can talk about the Assassin's Creed Unity not having a playable female character that people kind of got outraged about.
Yeah.
And it was
if that really outrages you, don't buy the game.
But it was lazy outrage.
And say
it was
why.
like you're accusing a game company who'd never thought to make this, which is probably bad. But, it's already being made, so it's too late,
Sure.
They're already delaying the game.
Yeah.
They're clearly, I'm sorry. The next one, I'm sure that you were heard. And they will definitely do that. I mean, that's completely ignoring the fact that the most recent Assassin's Creed game had a woman main character, the Vita game.
Yeah.
It isn't completely devoid. I mean, we're talking there were female assassins in a couple of the games. Not as playable characters, but
Yeah.
I hate it when people criticize people's artistic work. Saying you didn't include the things I wanted in it. And it's like that's a valid criticism. Say that, but don't you know what I mean? Like.
Right.
It needs to be said, but it also is annoying because it's like, okay, well, that's what you wanted. This is what I wanted to make.
Yep.
When I make something else, I'll take it into consideration. You know what I mean?
Or say, I don't like it, and I'm not buying this version.
Exactly.
Next time do this, and I will buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Save your outrage for channel it the right way.
Yeah, that's my thing.
So that's the whole thing. That's Zoegate. Mm-hmm. That's it. And I wanted to talk about it because I listened to video game podcasts and everyone just kind of was like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and I'm sure people think I'm a jerk for saying things I said, but
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I'm just saying what I think.
Yeah.
And I'm a white dude, in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So who knows what my opinion matters? Take it as you will. It's just an opinion. That's it. Mm-hmm. Women do need to make more games. They need to be more female game developers. And people nobody should be treated like an asshole on the internet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Also, ex-boyfriend of Zoe Quinn. If you get cheated on and broken up with, don't post an XOSA blog. Who's going to fucking date you now?
No, that's just such a bitchy thing to do.
I know. I want to talk about that one more step. Because there's a point where he was in those and he was like, she's not responding to me, obviously, because she thinks I'm going to go public with this. Because you fucking did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's not going to fucking talk to you on IM chats that you're going to post raw chat logs of and have your little, snide comments over.
Right.
Yeah. It's bullshit, and I think Zoe Quinn, from those chat logs I read, obviously has some personal issues. But who doesn't?
I haven't read them. I don't know. But yeah, that's...
Who doesn't?
Anything said
We're
personally to one person to another, there's so much history there that you don't know, and it's just,
it's a
there's no way to...
Don't do that.
No way to parse it.
No. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the whole... Shebang. Anything, Adam, you got anything else?
Do I have anything else?
Yeah, you bring any articles, Adam? You bring anything for us to talk about?
Dragon Age has now got co-op multiplayer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Dragon Age tweet.
Yeah.
Wait, let me, do we have, oh, we do have one more thing.
Do we?
Boatmurdered.
Oh, we do, yeah.
Let's end it with that.
All right.
I'm tired of talking about shitty, awful people on the internet.
People suck.
People being bad.
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready.
I will be ready.
All right. I probably should have said this beforehand because I usually warn Adam beforehand where we're at.
We're at Keyboard Fox.
Keyboard Fox, and I'm going to explain how mountains work in this game. just because they don't do a very deep explanation. So the game's completely different now. Before it was a 2D plane where you would just dig into a mountain. Now it's 3D with geography. It's fucking insane how deep the game is. But anyway, so in this version, it's a 2D plane. You dig into a mountain. And it's like Dwarfs. You dig deeper, worse shit happens, basically. You know what I mean? You dig too deep, you find the Balrog. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's kind of how the game works. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the thought. So in the game, you dig in. There's an underground river. It's the first thing you hit. And you can use that river to divert into rooms to make, like, agriculture. Some cave farms you can make with that, and that's kind of the first thing you do. You keep digging, you get to a chasm, and a chasm is just a giant hole basically that you have to make a bridge over. Bad stuff comes out of the chasm. It goes deep. You know what I mean? So got to have some defenses around that. Dig deeper because you want to dig deeper, because then you get to the lava, the magma level, where there's just a big pool of lava basically. And you can set your magma forges next to it so they can use the lava as part of a forge to make the more difficult machinery and everything. And again, very careful. There's fire imps and all sorts of scary shit that hops out of there. And so digging deep is bad, but it's necessary to get the stuff you want. So that's how the mountains work in the game. In this, I think so far they've dug all the way to the chasm. I think. I don't know, but we'll get there. All right, Adam, if you want to read the intro text, I will read the information. All right, here we go. Boatmurdered. This is, I forget what year this is. This guy didn't say. I think it's 1054. I don't know, but we'll say. The next year.
Yeah, no, 1053.
Yes, 1053. You're totally right.
Okay. Spring. Granite.
I've arrived. It's an interesting fortress setup, quite unlike the ones I'm used to designing. My first reaction is to set up and produce as much food as I can, until I realize that there's plenty of prepared food, and the fortress should hold out there. Still, I shall be setting up the farms and growing plenty of veggies, like plump helmets. I know from experience, I think that's a mushroom, actually.
I think so, too.
I know from experience that overconfidence equals starvation, as far as food is concerned. After a few minutes of studying the layout, I decided that my talents would be best used in first making things more secure. The system my predecessor set up looks workable, but in my experience, everything can be improved via liberal application of traps. First, I canceled the craft dwarves' repetitive making of bone crafts, and set them to making dark stone short swords. These work just as well as steel swords, and will be perfect for military or trap usage. I will also designate an obsidian stockpile nearby, so they have plenty of material to work with. At this point, I noticed the complete mishmash of my predecessor made of job settings. Obviously, the buffoon has never heard of specialization. It takes some time to turn off fishing in every dwarf I can find. We have enough food through farming and cooking. We don't need to waste time in inefficiently wading through the river. I decided to start by digging a tunnel deeper into the mountain, testing to see what is there to be found. The idea of our dwarves carrying stones endlessly offends me. I removed the big stone stockpile. The masons can carry their own damn stones. Speaking of stockpiles, the furniture stockpile didn't seem to have anything allowed in it. What sort of imbecile was my predecessor anyway? Our miner has found a large chasm. Our metalsmith has been possessed. He immediately runs off to sulk in his bedroom, which leads me to notice that we do not have a forge set up yet. We have struck iron ore.
Slate.
Finally, our non-possessed metalsmith has gotten around to starting work on the forge. Why we have so many dwarves on stone detailing duty, I shall never know. Another thing that seems odd to me is that our loom is a distance away from the river and the farmers' workshops, both of which would be logical places to put it. Again, I have to wonder just what my predecessor was thinking. The possessed metalsmith has claimed the newly built forge and started demanding an ore we do not have available. I set our miners to work immediately in hopes of finding it. I also am designing an elephant trap, which might work against sieges. Just as I was typing that last entry, immigrants arrived. Among them 3 nobles, the manager, the sheriff, and a House Barite representative. Damn, that's a lot of migrants. Our fortress is now 58 strong. The possessed metalsmith has begun his construction, using 2 iron ore. I begin designing the nobles' quarters, planning on using the same space for their dining and sleeping needs. The possessed metalsmith has created Ducidamos Calficode, an iron toy hammer. I wonder if it works well as a real one.
Fellsite.
Our cage traps have already proven their worth. They've captured an entire raid of mandrills. It is not proper for me to do so, but I feel the need to taunt my predecessors. I've begun building a second farm. The congestion of horses annoys me. I've designated a number of them for slaughter. A miner has found a river of lava, magma, whatever. Fortunately, it did not flood.
Summer. Hematite.
The noble's quarter is finished. The House Barite representative is whining about it not being high quality enough, but screw him. Our legendary miner headed out to work on the elephant trap, and the elephants ran away from him. Things didn't fare so well for the non-legendary miner, though, who got severely injured.
Malachite.
Some of the migrants have arrived right into a herd of elephants. 1 dead, 1 injured, 2 dead, 1 injured. The migrants lead the elephants right into the cage traps I set up. 6 elephants captured.
Galena.
The elephant trap is complete. Things have been rather quiet recently. I'm starting to worry that something's about to happen. I'm worried about the future of our fortress. Namely, the next rulers will not be as security-minded as I am. So I shall flood the chasm with magma and kill all the unnamed horrors within. Construction has started on a second farm. A metalsmith has been possessed. Since I'm doing heavy-scale lava flooding right now, building a magma forge isn't feasible, but once the chasm is filled, I hope I have some spare steel bars standing by. The chasm has enough magma lava in it now. Construction can proceed as planned. A note to my successors, don't pull the switch near the chasm. It causes everything past it to die from magma. Don't pull the lever.
Autumn. Limestone.
I'm worrying about our possessed metalsmith. If we can't get that magma forge up in time... Construction on the magma forge has started. Now it's just a race against time. A dwarven caravan has arrived. A thief has appeared. And just as quickly was struck down. 2 more elephants have been captured. A farmer has been trampled to death. I traded some bone crafts and totems for some more food. Not that we need more food, though. A fire imp has sprung from the magma river. It threw a fireball at a nearby carpenter, injuring him enough so that it would go over and kill it. Then a peasant came up and wrestled the imp to death.
Sandstone.
Unfortunately, the magma forge could not be completed in time, and the metalsmith went insane. It's currently running around babbling to himself. Correction, he ran into one of the channels and kept running upstream until he drowned. We have struck platinum. Good times. We've caught a leopard. This brings us up to 5 mandrills, 9 elephants, and 1 leopard. A mason has been struck down by an elephant. A war dog chased an elephant into a line of cage traps. More elephants have been caught while I wasn't looking. I'll have to get an exact count.
Timber.
2 more elephant-related deaths. Here's an overview of the constructions completed during my turn. Outside, to the north and the south of the main fortress entrance, are the elephant mandrill whatever traps I've set up. There are water channels blocking off one half of the map from the other, so the animals have to go through these traps if they want to get across. Also, I've erected a platinum statue of me in the water-blocked island. There's a noble quarter recently expanded, so there's more room for expansion. Also, a party is getting started in the statue garden, and one of our new pet elephants is in attendance. Deeper in the mountain, past the underground river, is the chasm with its beautiful red line of death. There's also a lever that you need to remember not to pull, by the way. A lot of weapon traps, 3 redundant bridges, a magma blocking channels, and the beginnings of a strip mining project. Deeper within the mountain, an ore stockpile, a magma smelter / forge. Also, the magma floodgates are linked to the lever of doom. I put down some channels just in case someone does pull the lever. With that, I bid the fortress adieu, and may gods have mercy on all of your souls. That's Boatmurdered, man.
Yep.
I know what happens.
Me too.
Elephants.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for those things. They're crafty.
A lot of people died due to elephants. That term for all of his trap making.
I know. Well, you know what? I think that people are stupid enough to go out into the elephant's territory. And I'm sorry this isn't visual, so you can't see the map. But the fortress is basically in the wall of a mountain, and he's created those two moats basically around the traps. So to get to the main entrance, you have to walk through the trap corridor.
Yeah.
So like anything that tries to follow anyone in is going to get trapped. So I think the elephant population's slowly dwindling. So they're getting all trapped. And apparently they have 9 captive elephants sitting around
crazy. Yeah.
in traps. Just imagine this dwarf fortress. Just elephants sitting in cages outside. Yeah. Things get quite interesting as things move on. I was just saying, we'll just say what's the elephant? What's the word for elephant?
I heard?
Like the description word for elephant. Like something is elephant-like. God, there's a word for it.
Really?
Yeah. I'm looking this shit up.
Okay. Elephant-like. Elephantine?
Maybe. Elephantine. There it is. Yes, elephantine.
Wow, I'm good.
There is an elephant nemesis. That is named.
Yeah.
So there's some fun elephant times. All right, well, I think that's going to do it.
I think so, yeah.
Questions, comments, concerns, you can find us on bornintheeighties.net. It's not .com.
Nope.
It's .net.
Yep.
You can send an email to bitecast@gmail.com. As always, littlepodcast.com for lots of podcasts. Shout out the newest show, Famicom Dojo. They've been around for a long time. They recently joined the network, so that's cool. Check them out. Check everything out. You're all cool people. I love you. Don't be a dick on the internet, people.
Yes.
Too many people are dicks on the internet. You don't need any more.
Nope.
Dicks are like assholes. More than one each is too many. Now you can take that to the bank.
Okay.
Slap it down on the counter.
Oh.
Get your change turned into cash.
What?
That's what you do at banks, right?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait to come down. I'm really excited.
Oh, me too.
I'm going to watch some cool shit. I feel like we need to finish a game.
Oh, man.
We got a full fucking week, man.
I guess, yeah.
Sunday to Sunday.
Yeah.
So, let's think of it.
Let's think of it.
Let's think of a game to beat.
Oh, well, we know it. It's got to be, right?
Uncharted 2?
Yeah.
All right. I'm down.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to stop recording.
Okay.
I'm sure you already did.
No, I'm not.
Oh, cool. All right. Bye.
Bye.